you can pick a time, or you can pick a bad plan. Pick a bad plan is a bad plan is better than no plan at all. So you could actually talk about Looney Tunes as a way to inform. Or you can actually pick your Looney Tunes favorite character. When I was working with Dan on this project, it made me think about my childhood, and maybe I should start watching cartoons a little bit more to kind of, loosen up a bit. And because no matter how old we get, we still have the child within us in some type of way. So you could actually pick Elmer Fudd or Bugs Bunny. Jennifer, who's your favorite Looney Tunes character?
I would say Michelle.
Bob, who's your favorite Looney Tunes character?
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny? So if you were speaking to the group about Bugs Bunny, what would you say about Bugs Bunny to help inform the audience?
Get out of his way.
Great, that gives you a good example about speaking to inform.
Every one of these characters here had a plan, and everyone had to overcome something. This is how I learned to deal with all my 4 older brothers, because they always beat up on me. I always learned tricks from them. So, for example, Wile E. Coyote, he always wanted to be smart. He always wanted to trick the Roadrunner, but it never happened. In life, stuff like that happens. These are life experiences, folks. Speaking to inform and research an abstract concept and tell about it, here. Carter, how would you speak to inform on this one? For an abstract concept, something abstract about this.
I would be talking about the aerodynamic characteristics of a dog's ear. Dumbo used it. Why not dogs?
Yeah. Exactly.
Specialty speeches in terms of speaking off the cuff gives you an opportunity to actually practice impromptu speaking. So some examples of that would be in real life, if you're going out for a job interview, you're pretty much speaking off the cuff. They're asking you questions and you're responding to that. So there's also a manual associated with that allows you to do that also.
A day without sunshine is like, night. Kathleen, speak off the cuff of Austria's perspective on this.
Well, I would talk about how some animals just can't see in the daylight, they can only see at night. And I would create some story around animals that are night vision type animals and their community and their little habitat and all that.
Very good, very good. So you look at it's actually kind of easy if you look at different perspectives and look at different ways of looking at things. The effective salesperson, I think I need this one here. I'm going to sell something. I remember Mr. Villa did this one. He was selling something at the store. He was selling a product. And it came out very well. And during the speech, it gets interaction. It tells you how to break it down and actually sell something and try to pull someone in or close someone in. Okay, so essentially, it's a day for decisions. To make someone decide. Anna, you wanted to speak off the cuff. How would you make us decide on something, on taking a class with you, for example?
I'm sorry, did you hear the question?
How would you make us want to take a class with you?
I would tell you all the benefits, and I would tell you how yoga has impacted people who have either lost weight, stopped feeling stress, just felt better about their lives. So I would really speak about all of the benefits, and instead of trying to persuade you, make it be like that carrot that you want to go, that's just dangling in front of you.
Very good, very good.
Very good. Persuasive speaking, that winning proposal. So prepare a proposal advocating an idea or a particular course of action. So a bachelor's life is no life for a single man. Dave, if you were Captain Kirk,
A bachelor's
What
life
would
is
you
no
say?
life for a single man. grass is always greener on the other side. And it seems like most single men, what I would talk about in terms of this meeting would be saying how much they didn't like, all the things they don't like about it. And I think there would be the bachelor talking about how lucky all the married men were every month when they wrote the check. And it would go from there.
Very good, very good.
This is what I like to try with someone else in here, addressing the opposition, prepare a controversial talk. Actually, there's actually a Toastmaster group, this is all they do is controversial talks. So what did Dan choose for that? Why aren't people more happy? Sylvia, why aren't people more happy?
Well, as a controversial topic, I think I would take the position of the unhappy person and try and convince people that there's another way.
Good point, very good.
Specialty speeches, normally around 8 to 10 minutes, and there's a manual associated with that. So there's just a wonderful collection, a library of different types of speeches that you can select. And probably the best thing to do is to ask yourself, what do you want to work on? What do you need to improve upon so that you can make a decision on which speech you'd like? For me, I decided that I wanted to further my education. So if we don't succeed, we run the risk of failure. So we have an opportunity through Toastmasters to actually educate ourselves and improve our speaking and our leadership skills. So, Alan,
Yes.
can you share with us
Well,
a specialty speech about education and succeeding?
well, if I get a good education and I work, I will develop a better neuroplastic brain and be able to adjust to life situations and constantly be growing and learning, because one of the things about learning is that you can actually modify your brain by working it. It's like working a muscle. So I think that's great that we're not stuck in a box and saying you're given this, that you can, through your effort, you can keep growing and go beyond yourself.
Okay, great.
So essentially, there's a lot you can do. This is my favorite one right here. This is when you talk about obstacles, overcoming obstacles. So there's a speech on that and how to talk about problems you came across and how to actually overcome them. This is a guy, I think this is Colby, right?
Yeah.
That's his friend over there. That's Fido, our flipper.
Who's on the surfboard?
So I gave you a bunch of topics you can talk about, different things you can choose from. And the hardest part for me was trying to choose something to pick. So I hope this motivates you to go into your go into your advanced speeches and have fun. And then on the back of it, excuse me for the number 1, that was a mistake. I should have taken that one out. It's a bad one. But, so, thank you very much. I hope you guys are motivated to do more speeches now.
Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Dan. Very informative presentation.